Dude, my one video that I put out this month has more views than the last 10 Dizzle videos combined.
Bro, shut up. I'm going to fight you. I wonder how many views that'll get. Dizzle beats Dylan.
What up, party people? First off, thanks to everyone who submitted some of those races that you'd love to see the Bonk Bros at for 2025. We actually did enjoy listening to all those, even though Dizzle just straight up ripped y'all a new one for not submitting questions through the listener question form. But hey, in the end, he was actually pretty stoked because someone sent in a local race that had some hefty prize purse, and you all know that's what Dizzle's about. The rest of the episode, we pretty much spent talking about lifetime Grand Prix selections and our hot takes, and we hit a few listener questions at the end. If you have any listener questions, you can submit those to bonkbrospodcast@gmail.com, or you can head over to the Bonk Bros listener question form, or you can hit us up on Instagram. Oh yeah, and don't forget to hit up our homies over at SILCA for all that holiday shopping this season. And we've got a new discount code for y'all. Let me check what that is again. Whoa. Sunbeams. Bonk Bros 2024 capital B. So make sure you use that discount code for 15% off. All right, let's get this party started. Do you not have wireless headphones, dude?
No, I do, but they don't have a mic on it.
What?
Dude, we can't start the episode talking about our mic problems. Didn't we learn anything from the first 3 episodes that we did?
I think it's just your mic problem.
Yeah, no, it's my mic this week.
Did we start?
I'm sorry, listeners, that I sound awful. It's not that.
Dude, I got a bunch of messages that people were saying you sound completely different with your tonsils out.
Well, okay, last week, I don't know if I sound different now. I think I sound like I normally do now. Last week, I was like still in pain, but I care about the listeners that bad. That I was willing to suffer through it.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, they were like, someone messaged and was like, I had to tune into the YouTube video because I couldn't believe that it was actually Dylan talking.
Okay.
Imagine how much less I'd talk if it hurt when I talked. You'd have to like really consider your words a lot more.
Should we start a GoFundMe to get you tonsillectomy? See how many people would pitch in just so that you'd talk less?
But it's only it would be temporary. Like it would have to be a permanent. It would have to be permanent.
Yeah. Well, it's also a really good way to lose weight, man. Like when it hurts to eat food, you realize how little you like eating food. And I was like 6 pounds down at my lightest. I've gained a little bit since then. But
yeah. Why don't you just keep it off? Seems like a pretty easy way to come into race weight.
Because it's not that easy to keep it off, dude. Because you're starving once you can finally eat food again.
Aren't you like starving all the time just eating grass anyways?
Yeah, but that's part of the benefit of the diet, you know. You live in a constant state of starvation.
All right, so I got a question for you. Since you are in London, is Great Britain part of Europe? It's a serious question. Do they consider themselves to be part of Europe?
Why would I know? Why would I know? Just because I'm here, I know the answer to that question?
Scott's not even there, and he knows the answer. What's the answer, Scott?
I mean, I think it depends who you ask. I would say no. They left.
That's what I thought.
They left Europe, and it's not even attached.
Yeah, it's like quite far away.
It's 29 miles or something.
So Hawaii's not part of the United States?
Well, Hawaii is the same country, but the UK geographically it's detached, and then legally it's detached.
Dude, what the fuck is this? A freaking geography podcast? Let's start talking about.
It's more interesting than the shit you talk about.
Scott, what are you to talk about?
Yeah, see, the UK is no longer part of the European Union.
Who cares?
Yeah, actually, yeah, who cares? There is nothing else to talk about.
We literally just don't have anything to talk about.
I'm just a little grumpy because I slept probably 1 hour on the flight last night.
Yeah, when you have that many free movies to watch, it's hard to sleep, isn't it? It gets me every time. I'm like, who would sleep if you can watch free movies? Dude, it's like the ones that just came out. So you're like, bro, I gotta watch the new Deadpool movie or whatever came out. Like,
do you not have Netflix, bro?
Yeah, but they don't always have the newest movies. They always have the old stuff. I watched Oblivion this week with what's that guy's name? They've been on a tear with some Tom Cruise movies. Like, I don't know how Netflix must have just bought Tom Cruise because I've watched like 10 Tom Cruise movies in the last month.
You know what Tom Cruise movie I've never seen? Any of the Mission Impossibles.
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
Yeah, they're kind of overrated.
Yeah.
I hear the new one's coming out again next year or something.
Dude, did you guys hear about the new Wick movie? It's going to be a chick Wick.
You talked about that.
It's like a John Wick girl version. It's I don't know the girl's name, and I can't even tell you what movies she plays in, but I know her.
Probably Google it.
She's never played like an action role. So for her to be like the chick Wick would be like, dang, like she's going straight to the top of female action. I mean, seriously.
Ana de Armas? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
I don't know what that is.
John Wick is like your hero. Are you stoked about that movie?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how much of it is like, is it going to be like I think John Wick is going to be in it. Those movies are awesome. Like,
bro, it's called Ballerina. Are we really going to call this a John Wick movie?
Because in the third John Wick movie, there's like this massive scene of this girl who raises ballerinas and she's like raising them to be hit girls or something. I don't know. Okay. It's kind of weird. A lot of the John Wick movies have really weird things in them. And one of them was that there was this underground ballet club or something. Yeah.
Dude, when are we going to start talking about how your application to the Lifetime Grand Prix totally backfired?
Oh, yeah. Well, how so? What do you mean it backfired? Like, because they didn't let me in? It's not like they sent me a letter that said, like,
yeah, how is that?
I mean, like, what is the point of the application anyways? Because they say that they let people in based off of their results. So all that they should ask for is my results. Why do I even put in an application if none of that other crap matters? Why do they care? Why do they care?
I think they just want to make sure that they're not letting in anyone crazy. And you put in an application and they were like, this guy's crazy. Let's not let him in.
They should have known that long before the application process. Like,
well, I'm just saying, dude, you know.
Yeah, they keep coming up with ways to not let me in. Like, literally, last year I was number 31. This year I did a lot better. And
were you number 23?
Number 23 this year.
Ooh,
yeah.
How do you know that?
How's that even?
Are you just making that up?
No, this year I literally, if I was in the series, I would have finished 23rd. And they changed the rules to only bring in 22. So like this year, I could literally make the argument that I was number 23. Okay,
but Dizzle, that being said, they didn't let the same 22 people in as last year. I think they made the cut at like, I don't know, 16 or something.
I know, and that was my argument, was I don't even have to be faster than the last 10 people. I just need to be as fast as them because they're going to reshuffle 10 more people in. So I just need to be in that next 10 shuffle in.
I think you need to be in.
No, you need to be
5.
faster.
Yeah.
No, you need they're the people that they shuffle in are always Euros that no one's ever like. They're not shuffling around Americans. They're shuffling in new Euros.
What do you guys think about the new roster? Are you nervous, Dillman?
Adam, you're gonna have to pull it up. I was a little bit nervous.
Do you want me to like share my screen, pull it up?
Alex House.
Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah.
Alex House seemed a little pissed that he didn't get in.
Yeah. What did he finish last year? 18th?
I think he was like 1 or 2 spots ahead of me. I mean, if I was in
you have this memorized?
Not 1 or 2, bro. He was probably 5 spots ahead of you.
Yeah, before he did have a really good result at Big Sugar. Before Big Sugar, though, I think he was like 20th.
Can you see my screen?
No.
Dude, why do they make this so hard? If I am electing to share my screen, I shouldn't need to give any more permission.
All right, just read off like 10th through 22nd.
How am I supposed to know 10th through 22nd, dude? There's
Dylan,
no order to this.
You didn't Instagram stalk. You didn't Instagram stalk the new people.
No, dude. It's in alphabetical order.
I did, but this happened almost like a week ago at this point.
Adam's incapable. Right. I'll do it.
Matt Beers, John Borstelman, Zach Calden, Mattia DeMarchi, Hugo.
Okay,
Drake.
Mattia De. Okay, we'll stop when we get to it.
Did he get 4th place at Unbound?
Yeah, 4th or 5th.
Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah, no, he's legit.
I knew that if anybody that like any of those Euros that crushed it at Unbound, like him, for example, I knew that if they applied, they were going to get in. That's what I was nervous about.
Yeah. Do we know if that guy has mountain bike experience? Mattia?
He's won Migration Gravel, which is more technical than Leadville on a gravel bike. So,
okay. Fair enough. Like a gravel bike with gravel tires.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you think these guys applied and do you think any of them will drop out because of the like they applied and now that they're like in, they're like, oh snap, I don't actually want to travel this much?
One can only hope.
That's what I'm saying. Like, should I like DM every one of these guys and be like, have you considered how much travel this is going to be and how expensive it's going to be and how unfun a lot of these races are? Like, you should probably think about just dropping out before it starts. Like, I should have called Logan Owen last year and told him that, like, buddy.
So
let's have a real reality
I know
check.
Mattia DeMarchi, he's been following the Gravel Earth series the last few years. Like, homie's been traveling worldwide for a few years, so I think coming to the States is probably not a big deal.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear what race became a Gravel Earth series race?
Dude, Core 4.
Core 4. That's right. Defending champ of a gravel.
That's pretty legit, dude. I was going to text you and be like, you should just do the Gravel Earth series, man. Forget this lifetime Grand Prix stuff.
I was looking at it. They got this sick one in Italy. We have an ignition coach in Italy who's been telling me to come to Italy ever since we hired him. I could go to Italy and do the first.
It would
Gravel
probably
Earth
cost
race.
less money to qualify in for the Gravel Earth series than it would for the lifetime Grand Prix.
Oh, you have to qualify for that series too?
Well, like,
I'm never going to be a pro. I'm never going to be a pro.
No,
if you have to qualify for every single series?
No, you have to qualify for the series overall, and then you have to go to the finale. But I think you have to do 3 races in order to qualify in. So you could do Core 4, which is
Core 4.
Core 4. Why? Okay, why is it called that? Core 4. That sounds like a freaking YouTube video about how to tighten your core.
I think because they use 4 disciplines, right? They use road, gravel, mountain bike, and cyclocross.
No, it's like 4 types of road. Yeah. So it's like, along those lines, but it's not what you said. It's more like pavement, gravel, B roads, and single track. 4. But it was like 60% pavement.
It's 60% pavement.
There's a lot of pavement.
Ugh. Okay.
There was another one that I thought was Gravel Worlds is part of Graveler Series, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So you could go to 2 races right there in the States that are like close by. There's another one in the States. There's like another one in Canada. If you only have to go to 3, and then you can go to the series finale, man.
Where's the Caesars? Oh.
What was that question?
Where's the finale?
I think it's usually in Spain. You could go stay with Todd.
Dang, that sounds expensive. Somebody should DM me and tell me how expensive that is.
Dude, you were just talking about going to Italy.
Yeah. Once you get to Europe, it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
It's not always expensive.
Yeah.
I just
I'm saying.
my friend just flew here. It was like $350 round trip from Barcelona.
You have international friends?
Yeah, shipping them in to help me work on my house.
Nice.
Oh,
dude, Rebecca's Private Idaho. That's the other one that's in the States. So it's like almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks in a row, they have ones in the States.
And also the Oregon Trail race.
Yeah, Oregon Travel or Oregon
How's
Trail
the series
gravel.
work if there's this many races in the series?
Dude, and Lost and Found gravel. Damn, dude.
Holy crap. So I could just do all the American versions of the Gravel Earth series and probably qualify or something like that, right? You don't have to do...
I'm saying it's... To be eligible for the series overall, you have to do, I think it's 3 races. So
how does this series work? Is it points-based? Is it...
Points-based. And
but if there's
depending
that
on the
many races, couldn't I just cherry pick all the soft ones and just get a bunch of points?
Well, so they categorize them and they rank them, kind of like UCI racing. So I think stage races are worth more points than one-day races.
Wow.
But you could do like RPI, which is technically a stage race. It's probably worth more points, but it's only 3 days. I've heard Oregon Trail is pretty sick. I've had a couple athletes that have done it.
I don't think any of those races were on my calendar, my potential calendar, except for 4-4.
How long are you going to chase the Lifetime Grand Prix series? They're not going to let you in, man.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Are you going?
I mean, I've only been. You guys said this last week. I've only been a gravel racer for like a year and a half.
Are you going to go for the wild card spots? Like, are you going to do Seattle and Unbound?
I don't know. I thought I had made the statement that I thought I was a wild card last year, but I wasn't even close to a wild card last year. It would have been last year. It would have been Tobin, it would have been Cameron Jones, Tobin, Ted King, and then Chase, and then me.
Why would it have been Ted King?
Because Ted King smoked me at Unbound, and he only finished 2 spots behind me at Sea Otter.
You want to know what's funny? I literally didn't know he was at either one of those races.
Yeah.
So funny, dude. I'm laughing so hard.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, dude, Dizzle's throwing out Ted King, and
he had some good rides last year. I mean,
what do you like? Memorize the start list of every race?
Me or Dylan?
Dylan.
Well, I guess the point that I was trying to make, like,
is that he's washed up. You better be careful. Ted King will come after you, bro.
Yeah, why are you talking so much shit about Ted King?
Ted King is way bigger than you. I bet he'd smoke you, like, right in the
like in a fist fight?
Like in
I think literally
Ted
anyone
King,
would smoke Dylan.
Hey, there we go. I want to see this happen. Dylan's throwing out shade at Ted King. He is like, used to be world tour, bro.
Who do you think would have the best fighting skills in, like, I don't know, domestic racing?
Keegan seems like, I don't know. He's small, but I bet he's scrappy. Like, I don't know. He just seems like a wild, like a caged animal. All the tattoos and everything.
We're not even talking about bike racing now, and
I feel like talking about Keegan. I could see Alexi throwing down.
Nah, Alexi's a little girl. Like, no way.
Dude, let's set this up then. Alexi, if you're listening, let's set this up.
Alexi is not a good fighter.
Have you ever seen Alexi pissed off?
He's too soft.
Let's be honest, it's probably Matt Beers, right?
He seems kind of like, he's big, but
have you seen big dudes like trying to throw punches?
Very aggressive at all.
Like, if you're not athletic.
What are you talking about?
I bet Borselman would go nuts. Like, Borselman seems like a fighter. I bet he used to be a fighter.
Brennan Wirtz, dude. I mean, that guy's like,
nah, he seems kind of like a buff teddy. He seems kind of like a teddy bear too. If you ever talk to these guys,
have you ever? I mean, like, have you ever like watched any documentaries of fighters? Like, a lot of fighters, you wouldn't guess them to be beasts in the ring. You don't need like a strong personality necessarily to be a good fighter.
Dude, you know who Scott looks like, actually? Scott looks like Mattia De Marchi.
He does.
Mattia De Marchi looks like me.
Attaboy. There you go.
Who is this guy?
He's the newest addition to the Grand Prix.
Oh, okay. I looked at the list that they posted on Instagram, but they just like didn't put everybody's names. They put their Instagram handle, but some of them aren't their names. So am I supposed to just know these people's or click on every person's Instagram to see who's in it?
Hey, dude, I just dropped a picture in the chat.
There was another guy who was on the Tudor team. Tudor's like a World Tour road team. I don't think this guy's done a single gravel race. He's coming straight from World Tour into gravel.
Dude, you need to stop freaking out about anybody in the World Tour. Just because they're in the World Tour, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, chances are.
The point I'm making is they haven't even done a gravel race, and they're coming into arguably the biggest gravel series in the world or whatever, and he's never done a gravel race.
Oh, so you're saying you should have got his spot?
Yeah. Is the guy stronger than me? Absolutely. Has he done a gravel race? No. There you go. Eliminated.
All right, should I keep going down the list? We stopped at Mattia.
Sure, keep going.
Hugo Draco.
No idea who that guy is.
Draco or Chow?
Sorry, Hugo.
Dude, you know what's also kind of annoying?
See that Italian?
They on the women's side, if you click on their name, it like tells you at least how old they are and where they're from, and maybe a little bit of race background. But the men's side, they don't put anything, so I have no idea where this guy's even from.
No, I think it just doesn't.
All we
do
have
that
to
for
do
Hugo.
is go to the.
No, it doesn't do it for any of them.
Go to the post that Scott was just talking about. Find all the names and click on his Instagram, Hugo Draco. He is
French.
Cross-country marathon and gravel for Groove Gravel, trying to learn about cycling a bit more every day. 2024 French champion XCM. Cross-country marathon.
He's legit.
The French natty champ. I mean, how many Frenchies do you know that race cross-country marathon discipline? I mean, it's probably just as coveted as the single-speed cyclocross nats.
French XCM or European XCM?
French.
Champion. Okay. I think you said European XCM. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Griffin Easter, Sean Fincham.
Griffin Easter wasn't in it, but he's been in it before, right?
He was I think he was in the first year, and then he wasn't, or he was in the
second year.
Second year, not third year, and now back for the fourth year.
What do you think about that?
Well, it's cool to see him get back in. I feel like he had a really good year. Like he deserves it.
It's very hit or miss, man. Like he would get top 5 in races, and I'm like, I could never do that. And then I would smoke him at another race, and I'm like, how do you just have such drastic differences? I don't see him doing good in the series because of that. Like he's not very consistent at all.
I think so. When he was in the series, I think he really struggled at the mountain bike races.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right.
So
next.
So do you think that's good? Because I feel like this year is even more mountain bike.
I think he was a good pick? Yeah, I think he was a good pick.
Never mind.
What are you asking right now?
You were saying that you felt like he struggled at the mountain bike races, and I didn't know if you meant that as like that was unfortunate for him, or it's going to be a good thing because
no, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be a good thing for him. I mean, the mountain bike races. Well, there's only one mountain bike race that wasn't in the series last year, but it's more technical. I think if anything, it probably favors mountain bikers a little bit more than it used to with the addition of Little Sugar.
Agreed. Okay, Sean Fincham, international. He's Canadian. He was in it last year, though, right?
Yeah, he was in last year. He got I don't know, 13th or something, 14th.
You beat him?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Nice. Rusty.
Yeah.
Okay, this name I am going to struggle with. Skabu Grimet. Hopefully that's close.
I think
he's Ethiopian national champion, like 10-time running or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't know. I just don't really know anything about him, so I don't know if he's going to be fast or what.
I think it looks like he used to be back in like 2019, 2020. He was on the Michelin Scott World Tour team.
Oh, wow.
So he could be legit. I've never heard of him, but
yeah, retired legit. Pro road cyclist. six-time national. Okay, so he's six-time national time trial champion. One-time African time trial champion.
Okay.
Okay. Howie.
Yeah, I mean, what do we think about this one? Like, that's kind of an interesting pick, I guess. He deserves to be in the series, but if they're being super objective about where, and I hesitate to even say this because obviously Howie like had a horrible crash and is coming back from injury, and like I've got a lot of sympathy for him, but at the same time, if they're being like objective about how people placed and whether or not they're coming back into the series or not, you know, that to me seems like, oh, let's throw Howie a bone because like we feel bad for him, you know.
You have to apply,
I don't know
right?
if I would say that. I don't know if I would say it's like a sympathy pick on their part. I mean, Howie has potential to do very well in the series. Like he's shown that.
It's just right now, it's just very unknown.
His current state of being, like the last update we got from him, he said like, happy to be able to, you know, be doing stuff outdoors, but you know, unsure if I'll ever race bikes again, something along those lines.
Sure.
You know, so I almost think it's like, is this going to be too much pressure to like for Howie to come back by April?
Well, I mean, it was his decision to apply. I'm assuming you have to apply. Like they didn't just pick him because he did good this year. He had to have applied. So there must be a blip in his mind thinking, I will be able to do this series come next year. Otherwise, why would he? I don't know. Why would he apply?
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously not going to, you know, speak for him or, you know, what his terms are. But like, who knows where the motivation for getting back in the series came from too? Like maybe it's external motivation.
Bro, I'd love to see comeback Gratz.
Yeah, I mean, it would be sick. Yeah.
Okay, do you think that they're picking? I think they've actually done this both ways. But do you think they're picking based on their potential to do well, or whether or not they did do well the last time around?
I think both.
Yeah, probably.
I think if you do well, you're kind of a shoe-in. But if you didn't do well, but you have potential to do well, it's the same thing as like letting someone new in the series. You don't know how good they're going to do, but they have potential to do good.
Yeah. I mean, this kind of only applies to the people that are reapplying after they've already done it, you know?
Yeah. Did Howie's only done it the last 2 years, right? Or has he done it every year?
No, he's done it every year.
Every year. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, didn't he do well at Leadville this year? Right before the crash?
I'm sure he did. I can't remember what his result was, but
so, I mean, just because he didn't do well in the overall series, but that was because he had to pull out of the last few races.
Yeah, but like you know, there've been there are countless number of people who have legitimate excuses for why they didn't do well in the series, and then they don't get back in because they didn't do well. You know, like a lot of people have stuff come up that made them have a bad series, and then you know, I mean, they probably put that excuse on the application and say, hey, look, if I hadn't had this and this and this happen to me, I would have done better. And it's like, tough luck, you know?
Yeah. It looks so he got 23 points at Sea Otter and 20 points at Leadville. That was actually not as good as I thought he did in those two races. Probably, I mean, I think that's still top 10, but I don't know. I mean, I agree. I think Howie deserves to be in there for the potential. It's just like a kind of an unknown of what his recovery state's going to be come April.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But I would be sick. Like a comeback story like that would be super sick.
How many times have you heard a story saying like a doctor saying, oh, the doctor said I would never walk again. And then 1 year later, here I am like running a marathon in 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how many times have you heard that story? I think
it doesn't happen that often, but you always hear the story because it's an incredible story, right?
I think doctors are so used to working on average people that when they get a person that's so above average, like a professional athlete, like the rules just don't apply to a professional athlete.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, we can move on. Finn Gullikson.
Yeah, he got top 15 last year. Good pick.
Dylan Johnson.
Obviously a good pick. Obviously a good pick.
They're using him just for his YouTube.
Hey, so are we, so whatever.
You know what? I will say, I think what would be a little bit embarrassing is if, like, let's say that I had gotten 23rd place last year or something, and then clearly, like, that result doesn't warrant getting back into the series, but then they had put me back in. I would feel a little bit embarrassed about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would take it. Don't get me wrong. I would take it. I would be like, oh, thank you. Thank
you.
So
are you trying to say that Drew's YouTube channel is not worthy of him getting in?
Oh, no.
Wow, that was a low ball, Adam. Come on.
That's exactly what he just said.
That is
not. He wasn't thinking about me at all when he said that.
He said 23rd place. I think he was looking right at you, bro.
He did say that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Dang, Dylan, shots fired, dude. Me and Alexi are gonna whoop you, bro.
Well, Alexi's gonna whoop me.
Alexi's fighting you, bro.
Nah, yeah. Alexi's fighting Dylan. Dylan called him weak.
When did I? No, I'm pretty sure that was Adam. I have nothing.
I'm the one that said I thought Alexi would be a good fighter.
Well, me and Alexi go way back, so me and Alexi are fighting somebody.
Alexi and I only beef about drop bars on mountain bikes. We don't beef about other stuff.
Yeah, that's worthy for some fists.
All right, Brendan Johnston.
Yeah, obviously a good pick.
Braden Lang.
That one's... So Braden Lang is one of those where it's like right on the edge, because I mean, we can pull up the results from last year, but
I mean, there's only 6 different guys that have actually won a Grand Prix in the last 3 years, and he's one of them.
You do make a good point. Yeah, that's definitely a good point.
Which one did he win? He won Schwam.
He won Schwam again. First year. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, if you're still riding ooff your results from 2021, then all right.
Yeah, Drew wasn't even a gravel racer.
Aren't you riding off your results from like 2012?
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
Yeah, dude, that cyclocross collegiate national champ.
Did you put that on your resume, dude? What?
What'd you put for race result that you're the most proud of, or whatever? That question. Remember. Okay.
I don't have any proud results, because I know every race I've done up to this point hasn't shown my true potential. They've all been disappointing. Every single result.
You've probably done like 1,000 races in your life, and you're telling me not one of those shows every single one you had an excuse. Something went wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
if they
let me into this series based off of my potential, I'd be in for sure. But I've just never had the opportunity to show my true potential in a race.
Did you do any transitive properties on your application?
Oh, you should have, dude.
Nah, I should have though.
I should have just. Dude, I think they're letting people into the Grand Prix based off their VO2 max, and that's why you didn't make the cut.
Dang. I got to stop talking about all these ways of how I'm not good. I only need to talk about why I'm good.
That was old Dizzle.
I don't know if there's any. I'm trying to think. I can't talk about my VO2. Can't talk about my FTP. Can't talk about my sprint. Oh man. Dang, I'm convinced. I think they probably
can't talk about your YouTube channel.
Yeah, I can't talk about my YouTube channel. Dang, now I'm convincing myself that they shouldn't have let me in. Yeah. They made a good decision finally.
All right, Payson McRed Bull.
Nah.
I think that's a pretty obvious one.
Yeah, obvious.
Lawrence Neeson.
Okay, that's a new guy, right?
I've never heard of him, so I'm guessing so.
Was he at Unbound?
I don't know.
How are they letting people in off of like zero? I thought one of the big stipulations was that they care a lot about your lifetime results.
That's not a stipulation, dude. I think that's
what you told me last year. You were mad because I didn't go to Schwamigan and I went to some cross races instead. And you're like, dude, you need to do the lifetime events.
Okay, well, they definitely don't care about some dinky cross races. That's for sure.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Oh,
these guys have done races that are even bigger than the lifetime series, and so that's like then that's a way in.
Yeah. Also, like I think if you're a Euro, especially like if you're a Euro, they don't expect you to have done 5 lifetime. They don't expect you to have done any lifetime Grand Prix races. You know, they're just looking for fast Euros.
Wait, Scott, do you know who this guy is? Lawrence Neeson?
Yeah.
This guy even listening to us? Scott.
Apparently.
What is he doing? Is he on mute?
I don't know. It says reconnecting.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
All I see is a frozen picture of him looking at his phone, so I thought he was just tuning us out.
Yeah. I mean,
well, it says this guy, Belgian cyclist, rode for AG2R and Lotto Soudal.
Dang, all these World Tour riders just coming in, sweeping in and taking all our glory here in the United States, all of our gravel glory.
Yeah, it says at the end of 2024,
I wonder
he didn't have a contract renewal with AG2R.
I wonder if like all of their European friends are like making fun of him. They're like, yeah, you can't even get on a road team here, so you got to go race gravel in America. Ha, funny,
probably, dude.
Probably.
Like, that's embarrassing. Imagine
this cycling news article literally just says that it says Lawrence Neeson turns gravel pro after not finding a team in 2024.
You know what this is like? It's like the people who try to go into the draft for the NFL and they don't, so they have to go to Europe to play football. That's like the same thing, dude, but reversed.
You know what this is like? This is like when you didn't get into the Grand Prix, so you decided to do the Gravel Earth Series instead.
Not a bad option for us. For us, never wers, or what do you call them? Never was.
Never has-beens?
Never has-beens, yeah. I'm just a washed up amateur.
Trying to see if there's any... He was 16th at Gravel World Champs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's not bad.
Like the actual World Champs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was Nebraska. I smoked him. Oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
He calls it Gravel Worlds, but it was actually the World Championships.
Doesn't he know that that's a copyright? They have copyrighted the
phrase Gravel Worlds. That's pretty obvious. Simon Pellod.
Is that the Tudor guy?
Tudor?
Didn't Tudor win a couple of the team? I don't know if this guy was on the team or if he was at the tour, but didn't Tudor win a couple stages of the tour this year?
They didn't even compete in it.
They won a couple stages, some big races this year, didn't they, Scott? Like they were for a relatively new World Tour team. They ruffled some feathers this year.
They're not a World Tour team,
bro. You know what I mean? They raced some World Tour races, and they actually that's even better. They won some World Tour races, not even as a World Tour team.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
There we go. That you knew what I meant. You're just being
not like you can like kind of be one. It's like
dude, this guy raced in the Vuelta in 2015.
That's Fabian Cancellara's team, right? Isn't he the main benefactor behind the team?
Yeah. Something like that.
It's a legit team, is what I'm trying to say.
Which team is more legit, Project Echelon or Tudor?
Tudor.
Project Echelon.
Tudor has real pros on it.
I'm going to see if this guy's ever raced any gravel. Oh, dude, this guy was 7th in Gravel Worlds.
Oh, dang. I think that was the guy that I was saying that had never done gravel. But was Gravel Worlds a gravel race? Are we going to talk about it?
Doesn't matter, dude. It just shows the level of competition that he can put up. I mean, true. Keegan did get 5th at Gravel Worlds, right? Wasn't that last year? But homie's got 7th, so I mean that's pretty legit.
Yeah. And Toby, he couldn't get a road contract.
I don't think they care about your Gravel Worlds result.
Huh?
I said I don't think they care about your Gravel Worlds result.
I wasn't talking about that.
I was talking
about the guy that got 7th at Gravel World Championships.
Oh
he couldn't have got on a World Tour team.
Dude, this is why Gravel Worlds needs to change the name of their damn race, and I'm talking about the one in Nebraska.
Sorry, I meant Gravel World Championships. He got 7th there.
Yeah,
which is pretty legit.
I don't think that World Tour teams care about your Gravel World Championship result.
But he's clearly really, really strong.
Yeah. I'm just saying I don't think they really take that heavily into account. Maybe they take it a little bit into account, but not heavily.
Not 7th. Maybe if you
I'm just throwing out
first.
theories here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next one is Toby. Toby Road.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, he's got like an 83 VO2. Let him in.
This might be a hot take, but I feel like he was a little bit of a letdown this year. I expected more.
Yeah, we did have him as like I seem to recall that like before the Grand Prix we had him as a pick to potentially upset Keegan.
Yes, I did. And he wasn't even really close to that.
What was he, 7th overall?
8th. And his best finish was 29 points, which is what, like 4th or 5th? 5th, maybe? 5th.
Yeah, he should have just done the whole series on a borrowed cyclocross bike like last year. Maybe he would have done
I mean, that's
better.
why I thought, like, this dude's legit. I mean, he had all those good results in 2023.
With no support.
Yeah, borrowed cyclocross bike.
And then he gets all the support in the world and he doesn't do as good.
Yeah. Maybe next year, Toby.
Just shows you how good that Trek is, you know?
Wow.
Keegan Swenson, a little controversial there, but we'll let him in. Alexi, and then Alex Wild.
Obviously. Alex Wild makes sense. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, all those people are faster than I am, so.
Whoa, Alex Wild got second place in the race?
Schwamigan.
Yeah, he got second
that's right.
to
Schwamigan. Yeah.
Imagine if he had won that.
Shit.
I mean, he was close.
Yeah, he was pretty close.
Right,
do you want to go through the women's?
It's the same as it was.
No, it's not, dude.
They only changed like 2 people.
Crystal Anthony.
Dude, Crystal Anthony, apparently the first year and the 4th year, she got selected, but they forgot to include her in the announcement.
What do you mean they forgot to?
Like, the announcement that they made, they didn't include her in the announcement, even though she had made it into the series.
I didn't think they included everyone in the announcement. You weren't in the announcement this year.
I was, yeah.
Oh.
So what, did they only put 21 names on there? How did they mess that up?
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't include her in the announcement.
Wow.
That's funny.
Ellen Campbell.
This is like where we need to cross-reference the results from this year, and because I think Ellen I could be wrong about this, but I think Ellen Campbell was like right on the edge.
He was 23rd last year. Dude, Drew.
Oh, man. What? Come on. Oh, my.
She was 23rd. She was 23rd and she got back in.
Yeah, but I think, let's see. She didn't do Big Sugar. She didn't do Schwalm because I think she was, dealing with, like, helping Howie with his recovery and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she got 23rd, but I think she kind of pulled out of the series towards the end. She was at the Rad, but the Rad's also like a few hours from home.
She did Big Sugar. I saw her at Big Sugar.
Well, she didn't finish Big Sugar. She got 0 points.
Right.
She got, let's see, at Leadville, she got 25 points. So whatever that is.
Is this really all we're going to talk about the whole episode is just list off these names and go through it?
I've never been so bored in my life.
Yeah, I think Scott's
I'd rather be in like high school or something right now.
We don't have to. Yeah.
Say you'd rather be in high school?
Yeah, like in
like
I
don't have to go through the whole list. But are there any? Just do it really quick. You're going way too slow, buddy.
I'm just reading them.
Dylan, stop interrupting.
All right.
LDC, Cecily Decker, Axel DeBeau Prevost.
Too slow. Come on, faster.
Is that PFP's like long lost cousin or something?
Oh, that's sick.
She is French, which I guess makes sense. Prevost.
It's gotta be. They've got to be related. I bet she's got like a Max VO2.
Prevost is probably like Johnson in the U.S. Annabelle Fisher from Switzerland. Oh, dude. Oh, she's legit. She was at Migration Gravel.
Did she win?
Do you guys think?
I don't think she ended up winning, but she was like competing for stages.
Do you think they let Mark Cavendish win that race this weekend because it was his last race?
They had to have. A fixed race anyway.
They had to have. Like,
dude,
it is a fixed race.
I think it's fixed.
Yeah. So they had to. They're like, this will be the maximum publicity is if we let Mark Cavendish win.
All those races are fixed.
Why?
But his excitement looked so real.
Yeah, he's acting.
Wow. Hey, that's pretty cool though.
Dude,
I mean, even if it was fixed, that's cool. That's a cool way to go out, winning your last race and then retiring.
Scott, can you explain these fixed races? Like, I know that I've been told that these fixed races exist where they just like plan who the winner is going to be, but I don't understand why anybody conceivably cares about that. Like, why is that a thing? No, you're saying it's for money, but like, why is there any money involved in that? Like, who wants to see that?
They do them after the Tour de France a lot in like Belgium or the Netherlands, and I think it's more just like so people can come see. Like, whoever wins the tour will like ride the race in the yellow jersey, even though it's not part of the Tour de France.
You guys watch that docuseries on Netflix about WrestleMania and WWE? It's kind of like the same thing. WWE is like completely made up. And so like the people who go and watch WWE know that it's made up, but they also appreciate that they can enjoy a made up thing. That's kind of what these races are. It is a weird phenomenon. It's like the WrestleMania of cycling.
I guess. I mean, it's an analogy. I don't know if it makes any more sense after you said that.
You guys should watch that docuseries. It's pretty like,
I don't know. Maybe if
catchy.
You paid a bunch of guys to come race a race in wherever. What is it? Singapore or something? They're already getting paid. So what's their incentive to actually try and actually race?
And it's like all their off seasons, right?
They're getting so much start money.
No, so I'm not talking about their incentives. I get why they're doing it. They're doing it because they want money and they're paying them to do it. I'm saying, what is the fans' incentive to even watch that? Like, why do fans even care about that?
Like going to to see the professional athlete.
Yeah,
literally lay your eyes on
Mark Cavendish, bro. Who cares if he's winning, losing, fake losing? I want to go see him. That'd be cool.
You could say I guess, but it'd be kind of like concert or anything like that.
It'd be so much cooler to see him if it was an actual race where they could theoretically lose the race.
But the Tour de France happens in France, not Singapore, buddy. Singapore wants to have some fun too, so they put on a race there.
So, but here's the question. Why can't Singapore, whatever money they're giving Mark Cavendish to show up for this fake race, why can't they just give that money to Mark Cavendish to show up for a real race?
Because he wouldn't win and it wouldn't be as cool, dude.
No, but him
and it's the middle of the off season. They wouldn't come.
Okay, but him fake winning is 1,000 times less cool
in your opinion.
Losing.
That's your opinion.
Who cares? Like you're not. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it because I don't care. Like
I don't believe in fake competition.
Who cares, dude? Imagine if
fakers they're liars. Those sinners, them liars. Wow,
dude. Are you guys not seeing the point I'm getting at right now? Like, why would a fan ever care.
It's entertainment, dude.
How do I know we're talking about how it's fixed, but how do the fans know it's fixed? Like what aspect of it is fixed?
Because Mark Cavendish winning a race.
They just let Mark Cavendish win, or they just let, whoever won the Tour de France, they just let that guy win because.
Is that what happens every year, you're saying?
At these fixed races, they just let a person win. And it's usually the person that is like the biggest name there. Like,
but how obvious is it? Because it looks like he won by like a half a wheel.
They're good. That's how good.
That's what I'm saying. Like if Cavendish like wins on a solo breakaway on an uphill finish, like, okay, yeah, obviously that's fake.
Yeah,
but if it's a sprint that looks legit and it just happens that Mark Cavendish wins by half a wheel, that's still probably pretty entertaining for the people.
You're not going to watch a crappy movie on Netflix. You're going to watch a really good movie, a really good Tom Cruise movie on Netflix because Tom Cruise is a good actor.
Dude, how are you defending fake racing right now? How am I
Maybe that's my only way to make it is in fake racing. Like,
how am I having this conversation with somebody where they're defending
I will be the
fake racing?
I will be the most fake pro there's ever been.
Dizzle, you realize...
This is a stage race, and this is a criterium that he won.
You realize that to be a good fake racer, you have to be a good real racer because that's the only way that people care about your fake result.
You are roasting on me right now, Dylan.
I'm just saying, like, no one cares that you won Core 4, I
don't know. Ask some people in Iowa. They might care.
Wait till this is way more entertaining than just reading names off a list. Like what you were doing before.
Yeah, I tried to change the topic just for you, Scott, and you're still unhappy. What should we do to make you happy, Scott? What do you want to talk about? Bow hunting?
Me?
Bro, Adam, can you just press the end call button on Scott's screen and make him get off?
I haven't even said anything.
Get out of here. You're always bringing it down. Like, you're such a negative Nancy.
And you better watch out, or Drew's going to start calling you an idiot.
No, I've erased that word from my vocabulary. This is the new Grateful Dizzle.
Dude, I was actually shocked that you left a comment like stoked for you, bud, or something on my Instagram.
The Dizzle of gratitude. I'm just grateful that my friend got into this series.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yep.
I still don't understand why you're defending fake racing, but
you could say that about like any movie ever made. Like if you watch like a movie with like a murder in it, why don't you go watch a real murder?
That was pretty good.
You can say that about anything. It's just a thing that like they do in Singapore. I don't know.
Scott, why are you defending fake racing? Why is anybody in the history of humanity defending fake racing?
I think like if you were defending fake racing, I would be shitting on it just because you are shitting. I'm going to defend it. That's called argument, and that's
dude, Scott, you need to stand for something. And if there's anything to stand for, it's to stand against fake racing.
No, he's standing against you. That's what he just said. Exactly. He stands for standing against you.
All right, whatever.
Okay, so are we done reading the names, or are we gonna?
I was hoping by
just
talking
wondering
about
if I should
Cavendish, forget about it
in the description or whatever. Who cares about like? I don't care.
Are there any
got 21st in the lifetime Grand Prix? Like,
all right,
no, 23rd, Scott, 23rd. Nobody cares about 23rd. You got to be precise.
Yeah, I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but I didn't know the women's field intimately enough to know whether or not half these women are repeats or newbies.
There's some newbies. Like there's like some new Euro chicks for sure.
Like Courtney Sherwell.
I don't know who that is.
Is that the Australian girl?
Yeah, she's definitely new.
Oh yeah, I rode with her at BWR Cali, like before the race, not during the race.
Okay,
just wanted to clarify.
cool.
She was cool. She was nice.
Haley Preen.
She was in
South Africa.
Year. Yeah,
Okay.
she was in last
see,
year.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not the right person to go down the list and pick random girls that are new. Samara Shepard, was she in it last year?
She was in it last year, yeah.
Okay, well then I think that's everyone. Stella Hobbs from Whitefish, Montana.
That's a new person.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's actually a wild one. So Stella Hobbs, she's 31 years old and she's from Whitefish, Montana.
Dang, that's almost as lame as
Dude,
being
she
30 from Kentucky.
Wow. Dude, Adam, she lives in your home state. You don't even know her.
You're from Montana?
Montana?
Yeah, dude,
Bro,
that's where you live.
He's from Chicago, dude.
No, dude.
I mean,
Montana, South Dakota, they're all the same thing.
Yeah.
If I had to choose between living in Montana or South Dakota, it's like a no-brainer, Montana.
Really?
Why would anybody?
I mean, Montana is pretty dope, but
yeah, Montana seems
South
real
Dakota's
dope.
pretty dope too, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
She looks like a mountain biker.
Okay. All right. Well.
Oh, it looks like she maybe won Breck Epic.
Might be the worst episode. You know what? This is probably our worst episode, and for some reason, people are gonna like it. You know, like that's the irony of this podcast. Like we put out garbage, and people like it. It's like if that's not stupid, I don't know.
That's not stupid. Is that? Did you just swap out idiot for stupid?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you gonna start?
I'm not
are
gonna
you
call.
Are you not gonna call people idiots anymore?
Yeah. I made a vow to you know, to all those idiots out there. I really need to stop calling them idiots. I just really need to like.
Was vegan cyclist the last person you called an idiot?
To all the idiots in the world.
Was it vegan cyclist that set you over the edge? You were too mean to him.
Nah, he's still on the side of I'll still call him an idiot, but it's a list of he's just the only one there.
All right, should we just hit some listener questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. CJ says that you should go do Coast to Coast in Michigan, Dylan.
Is that Dizzle's wife that we're talking about right now?
Wow, you remember our wife's name? Damn. Good job. Good job, man. We really are friends. You remember my wife. Do you know my kids' names?
Don't ask me that.
Come on. You got to know at least the one you've met a couple times.
Yeah, they're both boy names.
No. The first one is. Second one, I don't know any boys named to that one. Come on, you know it.
I'm blanking.
Really?
Yeah, I am. I'm blanking.
Andy.
Yep.
I remember Andy now.
And Cassie.
Oh, yeah, why did you think that was a boy's name, dude?
It's short for cassette.
Is it actually?
Her legal name is Cassette. Cassette Cog Dillman.
Wow, cool.
What was the question again? Oh, it's Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
That one's a point to point too. Obviously, if it's coast to coast, I guess. Probably the name. Point. You could have just done a big circle.
Michigan's just all about the point to point racing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go to the listener question form. I always forget about this.
I've heard that one's a good one. I was going to do it in 2019, but I did because when I was first getting into gravel, the team I was on, they would usually do that race. But I didn't do it for some reason. Probably because I was so smoked after Unbound that I was like, nope.
Yeah, and that one's also, 212 miles or something?
Yeah, like
210. 210, it says.
But it's sandy, too, so it's way slower than like an Unbound.
I mean, if Unbound wasn't Unbound, it wouldn't be cool.
Precisely. Just same thing with Leadville. Right?
Yeah.
Same thing was like almost every gravel race.
Yeah.
What gravel races are cool besides the fact that they're cool.
Dude, we were trying to argue this last week or 2 weeks ago that you're doing gravel for no reason because it's not actually that cool. And you were trying to argue that it is cool and you like it.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like racing. I don't care what kind of racing it is.
Okay. That's
and fair. I haven't gotten any better at cyclocross for the freaking 15 years that I've tried doing it. So I thought I needed to switch it up.
Dude, maybe you were getting better the whole time. It was just the competition that was getting better.
Maybe, but I still got the same results. So like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, so
then you switched to gravel thinking that you'd get better results there.
Maybe not better results, but better performances.
Just trying something new.
Yeah, trying something new.
All right.
There's more sponsors over there, you know.
All right, John from Wenatchee. I don't know if that's a town or a country. He says, is Dylan just as passionate about tire/wheel diameter? He berates anyone with a frame that can only fit 45s, but what if the frame can fit 650 by 2.1? Is that acceptable, or will we face Dylan's wrath for thinking that's a viable alternative?
Can't every frame fit that? I've also thought that if you run 650 wheels, you'd be more aero because you're like lower to the
less
ground.
Area. Well, you're lower to the ground and it's less area. Yeah. No, you do
make lower to the ground really matter.
What?
Whoa. Where'd Dylan go?
Oh. Take your insoles out.
Take your insoles out?
You want to reduce your stack height, you get lower. No insoles. Equally.
Scott, do you ride with no insoles?
He just rides without a
soul.
Yeah,
also don't wear a chamois.
My knees will explode.
No chamois? Just drop your seat height all the way down.
We did have someone that wrote in asking if Dylan would ever consider riding a recumbent.
Would you consider it?
If it was more aero.
Well, I don't. A bunch of people have joked that there needs to be a recumbent in Unbound. And while a recumbent is more aero, I don't think that would give you a better result. Because obviously Unbound is a pack race.
Is it actually more aero though?
Yeah,
it's more aero. Recumbents are way more aero. Especially if you put like a shell over it. So it's basically just a bullet.
You can, yeah. What are those called? Like soapbox cars or whatever? Yeah, if you turn it into one of those.
The land speed record bikes are all recumbents.
No, dude, they're like riding bikes behind a vehicle.
No, I'm talking about the non-drafting ones. Like when they just ride a bike up to a high speed without drafting.
Does it have to be on a flat ground, or did they do this on a downhill?
No, I'm talking about a flat ground, no drafting. It's a recumbent.
You're getting pretty specific here, bro.
Okay, well, whatever. I don't think the point that I'm getting at is I mean I could be wrong about this. I'll be willing to be proven wrong. I don't know if there's a rule about recumbents or not. I don't think you would get a better result at Unbound with a recumbent than with a normal gravel bike. Partially because, look, Unbound's not that technical, but I think there are parts that are technical enough that you would be in big trouble on a recumbent.
It would be pretty funny.
Maybe you would be. You get some more skills, dude.
Scott, are you naked? Is that why you turned your camera off?
I was changing my pants, yes. I'm getting ready for the next activity.
What is the next activity?
Finishing my siding.
Dude, Scott, remember how you said you hate backwards hat, Dylan?
Probably.
People have, specifically on the last video that I made, people commented, is backwards hat Dylan based off of Scott?
Okay.
You hate yourself, bro.
Why was that hole in the side of your house, Scott? How did that get there?
Which hole?
You said you were freaking out because there was a giant hole in the side of your house. You were like, I got to cover this thing up. How did that?
I ripped the siding off.
Why'd you do that? Just to replace?
It was like falling apart. It was it's made of asbestos.
Oh.
2, it was falling off, and the house was like leaking. I replaced the siding. We ripped it all down, but then you got to put the new siding up before like a storm comes.
Yeah.
Kind of a time-sensitive activity.
Nice.
We got to finish.
Okay. Did we answer that guy's question?
Whatever, just go on to the next one.
Did you even read it? Did you read the question? I don't even remember.
It was something about 650Bs or something. Whatever.
Look, I think we've talked about 650Bs on this podcast, haven't we?
Yeah. They suck. Moving on. Tyler and Adam are this is from Christian. Tyler and Adam are spot on. The party and vibe at Iceman, especially for the pro race, is unlike anything I've seen in the US. The last couple Ks remind me of a road race climb in Europe where the road is lined with screaming and overserved idiots. Ooh, pulled a play out of Dizzle's playbook there. Also, having some 4,000 plus riders go in front of the pros just to make sure the track is a mess is nuts. As for the finish, it's pretty much every mountain biker in Michigan there with their family and their dog. It's unlike anything else. Okay, so this is for you, Dylan. Dylan, this was my 3rd year on a drop bar mountain bike. He had the epic hardtail with Race Kings, and I'm convinced it's the perfect weapon. The unlock, aside from raw power, is speed through the single track. To get through there fast on the drops with fast rolling tires is no joke. If you don't find it challenging since it's not technical, you can just go faster. Hope to see you out there. Cooter.
What was this guy's name?
I just said it. Cooter.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. It was a question form, not an information form. We don't care.
Damn,
he didn't even ask a question. He just wrote what he thought.
He's trying to reaffirm Dylan's decision to go to Iceman next year.
If we wanted your opinion, we'd ask. Don't do that again, buddy. Just ask your questions and go on.
What happened to graceful Dizzle?
Yeah, what the heck? I like that question.
It wasn't a question. He wrote in what he thought about a race. If everybody did that about every local race that they think is awesome, that's all we would read.
It's not a local race. It's in response to last week. Dylan was talking about how he wants to go to Iceman next year.
Dizzle, you're such a hater right now. That guy was so nice and sweet to us, and you just brought him down.
Hey, Cooter,
he's a drop bar
Dylan's on your
side. He's a drop bar mountain bike rider. Dude, you need to go and read what Alexi posted on his Instagram about his Iceman bike.
Did he say he's going to do drop bars?
No.
The opposite.
He said the opposite, yeah.
He's going to ride flat bars in gravel races?
No,
he said even though Carey proved that it was faster, he still would never ride drop bars.
Yeah, he needs to stick to his guns. He's basically the opposite of me, you know? He's like the opposite person of me.
So cool.
Yeah, cool, fast.
Good looking. Yeah.
Yeah, scrappy.
Yeah, scrap. No.
Could win in a fight.
That would be that would be a funny fight. Dylan Johnson and Alexi Vermeulen. More like a pill.
Would it be funny?
Yeah, I'm not good at fighting. I'm not going to pretend that I am.
Have y'all ever been in a fight ever? I know Scott has.
No comment.
Been in a fight? No.
Like a fist fight. You've punched somebody in the face.
Scott and I used to wrestle in college.
I wouldn't call that wrestling.
I mean like a legit fight. Like you didn't like the other person, so you decided to punch your fists into them.
No, I've never done that. Hopefully never.
Yeah, neither have I. Adam? Dylan?
No. I got into a fight in college and broke my hand.
All right, there we go. I was hoping at least one of us would have a cool brawl story.
The story is I was blackout drunk, so I don't remember it. But apparently, a homeless guy tried to steal my $25 worth of Taco Bell, so I fought him for it.
And wow. You broke your hand on a homeless guy?
I guess.
Dang, that is, wow. That changes my entire perspective of you.
Yep.
For better or for worse, I don't know.
I don't know either. Let's see. Moving on.
Note to self: don't touch Adam's Taco Bell.
Yeah, for real. Hot take. Since DJ had his tonsils removed, he will be at least 2% faster due to the increased oxygen intake capability. We kind of already talked about that.
Buddy, that's not a question either. Stop informing us on crap. Like, we just want questions.
I think he'll be 7% faster because he can house hot dogs mid-ride now.
True.
This one just...
Also 5 grams lighter.
It's time. They wrote their question in the email title. That's interesting. It's time for Dylan Johnson with a T, Johnston, to be on the world stage in 2025. He should do the world champs in Nice, France. And what's with all these non-questions?
If we wanted your information, we'd put an information box, but we've got a question box.
So, Dylan, have you ever thought about going to gravel world champs?
Yeah, I've thought about it.
That's as far as it got?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, clearly, yeah, I only thought about it and didn't do much more than that about it. So it might happen in the future. We'll see.
Think of how sick of a YouTube video that'd be.
Yeah.
You could hire me just to come and ride behind you to get footage of you.
I don't know if you'd be able to ride behind me. I don't know if you'd be physically capable of that.
That was the joke.
If I had hired you to ride behind me at Unbound, that would have been a really terrible video. I would have had no footage.
Or I would have gotten a really good result. If I just give me a mission.
That was your plan before Unbound. I don't know why you didn't do that.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, yeah, we read this one last time, or a couple times ago, but Dylan, you weren't on. I don't know if you listened. You need to stop selling today's plans on your website because that platform doesn't exist anymore.
Thanks for the information.
I can't wait for everyone to hear this, and everyone's just going to start writing in information instead of questions.
I am. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
All these damn tire questions.
People do that. They know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to revoke my not calling people idiots thing.
All right, I need to go to the Instagram. Hold on.
What, too many tired questions on the email?
No, they're just too many old questions that aren't relevant anymore. Whoa, someone sent in an Instagram message, and all I can see is it says, "This is the name of my sex tape." Should I click on it?
This is not that kind of podcast.
Oh, okay. It's Dylan's video that's called Shorter Equals Faster.
That's terrible.
Good one, Dean. That was funny.
Yeah. Dude, my one video that I put out this month has more views than the last 10 Dizzle videos combined.
Bro, shut up. I'm going to fight you. I wonder how many views that'll get. Dizzle beats Dylan.
Someone sends in a cool race for us to go to, which is homegrown gravel in Georgia with a $10,000 prize purse. That's pretty close to you guys, isn't it? It says Georgia/Alabama. Have you heard of it?
No.
Homegrown gravel?
I'm pretty sure you read about this race like 2 episodes ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like somebody sent this question in 2 episodes ago.
Oh, well, someone just sent it in like yesterday. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
how much of a prize purse? $10K?
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, how is that distributed? That's
a great question because it can be misleading when they say that.
Yeah.
$1 per participant.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't say.
The entry fee is $250, and you have the potential to win $240 if you win.
Dude, if homegrown gravel is charging $250, man.
It's in February, dude. Man.
Yeah, man. February 22nd. My kid's birthday. Dylan needs to, this is from Patrick. Dylan needs to do the Oregon Trail, I don't know why I keep calling it that. Oregon Trail gravel stage race. The course is brutal, but diverse, and he'd get to nerd out for months ahead about which bike to bring.
What was that guy's
even
name?
make sure he doesn't have to do his own grazing. Instead of a professional, Jeff will do it.
Is his name Carl? Hey, Carl?
Patrick, dude.
Thanks for the information, Carl. And Dylan's not the only one on the podcast, you doofus. Stop addressing your questions to Dylan. He's not the only one that matters here.
Dude. No one wants to... Dude, I think this is your own fault, Dizzle. No one wants to know your answer to any questions.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Let's see. Dude, another one, man. People sending in freaking race suggestions. We did ask for race suggestions, so
yeah,
you know what?
Literally did. Yeah.
You know why? It's because on that was it the last episode I said I needed races to do in June and July? I got a lot of suggestions as well on my Instagram DMs.
Yeah. Let's see.
It goes $2,000, $1,350, $750, $500, $250, $150. So it pays out 6 deep, 5,000 split. You have 5,000 in the men's, 5,000 in the women's. February.
They should just forget about that 6th place guy and give that money to first place.
$2,000, $1,350. So if I get any of those spots, I would be happy. If I won $150, I would be so happy if I won $150.
Dude, you better. It's homegrown gravel. Like, you better win that race.
Yeah.
If you don't win that race, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. Who did it last year?
All right. So last episode, DJ, you said there's nothing in June and July. I think you were talking about races to fill your calendar. So Will sends in Marathon National Champs, which is in Roanoke at the beginning of July.
Oh, Lauren De Crescenzo won last year. Michael Garrison won. I smoked that guy.
Why are all these messages up? I had a bunch of questions queued up. Okay, here's an actual question, and then we'll end with this one. Bike fit question for Dylan and Adam. I am converting a 2017 Santa Cruz Highball to drop bars. I'm currently running the 70 millimeter FSA -20 stem and 760 flat bars. I plan to run either 420 or 440 drop bars as I have pretty broad shoulders. Should I anticipate needing a shorter stem to accommodate the reach difference? Dude, that's going to be tough, man. If you're already running 70 millimeter stem with flat bars, you need like a 0 millimeter stem. That could be pretty bad.
Hey, good job, man. Thanks for asking a question. Question sucked, but thanks.
How much shorter is your stem on your drop bar mountain bike than your flat bar?
Let's see. With my when I ran my Epic, I had a 110 stem on there for flat bars, and with drop bars, I had a 60. So it's 50 mils shorter.
Okay.
So, I mean, that means this dude's got to run a 20 millimeter stem. 100% you have to have a shorter stem. Like, you can't get away with the same stem. That is 100% true.
I would just try to find the shortest stem that you can find. Guy.
Yeah. Yeah, like you could get a 35 mil stem, I think would probably be like legit the shortest that they make, or maybe 32 or something like that. I think 35 is like actually the shortest they make, unless you get one of those weird like clamp on the top of your steer tube, which I would not suggest with drop bars. So a 35 mil stem, that's still, I mean, it might still be a little long. Just slam your seat all the way forward though. Maybe you'd be fine.
No, dude. Don't slam. Like, if you need your fore-aft position to be correct for your leg dimensions.
Okay, then maybe he would have to ride like Superman.
I think you should just get a new bike, you know? I think this calls for new bike.
The one thing that I would ask is like, he's on a 2017 Santa Cruz highball, dude. Like, bikes didn't start getting super long reach until way after that. So I'm kind of wondering, like, what size Santa Cruz highballs he got? Must be way too big for him. There's no way that you should, a proper fit on a Santa Cruz highball from 2017 should have a 70 millimeter stem. That thing should be like 100 mil.
Yeah.
Anyways, Chris, go buy yourself one of those like 35 mil stems.
No. Just get a new bike.
Or get a new bike. But get a smaller bike, dude. Don't get the same size bike because clearly it's not going to work. I don't know. The rest of these are just like memes and stuff like that. Someone sent in another picture of
should we give a shout out
blowing chunks?
Should we give a shout out to our meme account? That, yeah, dude. By the way, none of us run that meme account. Just like a fan runs that meme account.
You can't run your own meme account.
What meme account?
That would be. It's called Bonk Bros fan page, right? Is that the one? I think there's actually two. It's not Bonk Bros.
There's one that's like Bonk Bros memes or something.
Man, not only do we put out garbage,
Bonk Bros memes, yeah.
We put out garbage content, and then people try to make fake garbage. Like they try to make fake things of our garbage.
This one's like funny. This is after last week. It's the one where like the dude is like walking down the street with his chick, and then like another hot chick walks by. So he like turns over his shoulder and like is like sizing her up or whatever. And it says Carrie's vlog is like the hot chick that's walking by, and Dylan's video is his chick. That's really funny. And then it's some random dude at BWR, California.
It's funnier if you see it in person. Adam explaining
it's hard to explain.
I got it. Yeah, that was pretty good.
And there's another one of Dizzle. It's Lifetime is the dude looking at the hot chick, which is a bunch of euros, and then Dizzle is his chick. That's like, what the fuck?
That's you. Honestly, that's okay. That one's pretty funny in the Bonk Bros perspective, but I feel like that one would be even funnier if it was like Alex House. Because Alex House has actually been in the Grand Prix. So Alex House has been in a relationship with the Grand Prix. Dizzle's never even been in a relationship with the Grand Prix.
True. I should just quit. Dylan, you're making me want to quit.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Maybe Echelon will pick me up.
Scott can put in a good word for you.
We should give a SILCA shout out because we got a new discount code for folks.
Oh, okay.
You guys remember what it is?
Yeah, Rad Dad Dizzle 10.
No, it's uppercase Bonk Bros 2024. So just uppercase B. And Richard said this is gonna be running through November 22nd when at that point it starts their Black Friday sale. So 15% off, y'all.
Sale starts way before Black Friday.
Like a week before, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's like every company.
That's not SILCA specifically, just in general.
Dude, that's like
Scott, I like how you got your safety glasses on already.
Yeah, I'm ready. As soon as we end this,
let's end it, dude. We're done.
I'm wondering why you're even on right now. Like, you clearly have way more important things to do.
Scott was the one that wanted to switch the time to later anyways, right?
Yeah, because they can't put siding up in the dark.
It's just not safe.
In the dark.
Might be crooked.
Yeah. So when should we switch the time to?
We're not going to talk about this right now.
Why not? It's more shockingly this is going to be more entertaining than what we were talking about before.
You guys want to do 8 Eastern? Then we can have a couple cervezas.
I don't drink alcohol, much to the surprise of the viewers. I'm a teetotaler. I'm a teetotaler.
You should start. That would be wild. I wonder what would happen.
I don't know. Don't care.
How many Patreon supporters do we need to get for Drew to do one of these plastered fucking drunk?
Dude, even just buzzed.
If we get 100 additional Patreon supporters between now and next week, will you drink like
to
3
gain
beers
the whole
before
world
the
and to lose your soul?
Scott, Drew, you do care a lot about money. Actually, like, how much money would it take for you to be drunk on the podcast? Like, how much would you need to get paid?
Me?
Yeah.
I just told you. What would it profit a man to gain the world and to lose his soul?
Ooh.
I'm sure there's a number. There's a price tag there.
Nah.
We'll leave it up to the listeners.
I don't think drinking's bad. I just don't.
If y'all just start raking it in, maybe.
So are you telling me there's no amount of money? Like, somebody could literally give you.
Dude, at the end of the day, a man only has his conscience. And so I don't drink.
So that's not true. You can have a car, you can have a house, you can have a kid, you can have a dog, a lot of stuff.
All you have to do is get drunk one time, and you're not going to accept $40 million.
No, because I don't get persuaded by people. I do what I want.
Guys, I gotta go to a meeting.
You're not getting persuaded by people.
No, not gonna happen.
All right. I'm proud of you, Drew.
I have standards.
If
y'all were holding up the check right now, I'd contemplate it. But no, probably not.
You could probably do it for $5.
You push a hard bargain, Scott.
Dude,
did I have to pay for the alcohol as well?
Like, getting drunk one time is a victimless crime. All you have to do is get drunk one time, and you get a check for $40 million.
Would you do it, Dylan?
Yeah, $40 million.
Would you eat meat?
Yes, I would eat meat for $40 million.
You sell out. Wow. You're not a real vegan. Wow. You're a sellout. Dang.
All right. Can we wrap this up? I got siding to put up.
Bro, you better not do it in that shirt. That's a good shirt. That's your work shirt. I
specifically wore this because I can get paint on it and stuff.
Oh, dude.